Let me grab my prop. In this video we're going to be talking about Titans of Colt. This is my only current example, given I'm not a big collector of the whole brand, I guess. So what is Titans of Colt? Let's start with that. Celebrating iconic cinema through unique home video releases featuring newly created artwork paired with thoughtfully curated collectibles. This is the 3-disc 2001 A Space Odyssey 4K set, which comes with the 4K UHD and 2 Blu-rays. It comes with a collectible steel case with unique artwork, a enamel pin, and an embroidered patch. This is the British Zavvi release, as you can tell by the little sticker there. It has a HAL 9000 look, and you can actually see through it. That allows you to see throughout the whole entire set. You've got a top where it actually says the name of the film, same as the sides, both sides in fact, and the base just has your extra little details there. If it'll focus on it, it will. Wow, that's great. And of course your back is just your regular backing, which is also perfectly fine. So let's break down what we've got here. So we open this baby up, and you get this kind of flimsy plastic. It's not bad, it's just interestingly made. Now again, this is, I can't overtly criticize Titans of Colt, but there's a reason why I wanted to do a video on them. And also something I really suggest, if you're going to take it out, take the whole goddamn thing out at once. Oh, this is bad. It's already fucked. Cool. That's the best way to do it. I said that's the best way to do it because it comes with a plastic container kind of thing, which houses the enamel pin and the embroidered patch. But because it's right next to the SteelBook, it can scratch the SteelBook when it comes out. That's my main criticism. This being a flimsy plastic is fine. The fact that you can kind of still see through it, like you put the light up to it and you can see through it, that's nice. It's a nice effect. I like that about it. All of them have unique artwork. You've got the most recent Batman 1989 one, which has the Batman logo. You've got HAL 9000 from 2001 A Space Odyssey. You've got the Jaeger from Pacific Rim. I think you've got a rose for V for Vendetta. So it's each of them is a particular item or image. It's iconic. So I like that. That's a nice thing to begin with when you want something that's shelf-worthy, display-worthy. So we'll get into the collectibles. So in this case you have an embroidered patch, which of course is the what the space dudes wear at the space station thingy. Shut up, I've watched this movie. I have 3 times, 4 times. And then you get an enamel pin, which is a bitch and a half to take out. Actually, no, it was really easy to take out. How about that? Which literally just looks like that. I hope that is focusing. It's not really going to focus. Oh, there you go. See? So it's the iconic scene of the ape with the bone smashing other bones, and like the rest of it is meant to look almost like the kind of obelisk thing. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but still. That's a nice little addition, especially if you're into collecting pins. If not, you can just put it back in its thing, and then voila, you've got a plastic thingy. What are other variations of things I've seen? Some have posters, some have just kind of props or little things, you know. Most of them are enamel. There's usually always an enamel pin. Trying to think what the Batman one has. The Batman one has a card for the Joker, which has a hole in it because it's like a playing card, like a trick deck playing card that he has, the Joker has. So it does have stuff like that where it'll have something that's unique to a character or to some part of the film. And that's where their SteelBook design comes in now. A lot of people love SteelBooks. So when you look at this, I personally do think 2001: A Space Odyssey, and you look at the back, which is its reflection, the opposite end, which would be the opposite end of the hallway, that is HAL 9000. This is a glossy steelbook, no embossing or debossing. The logo is only on the side of it, so you'd have, Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey with the 4K. No, it's just the Warner Bros. Logo and the Titans of Cold at the top. If we take a closer look at this, it does look quite nice. I don't think you can tell that there are any scratches. They're just like lines that go up and down. This is also the kind of steelbook that would, outside of be fingerproof worthy, it's clearly one that I would personally, I would display this undoubtedly. And of course, you open it up, and it looks just nice overall. It has a good effect to it. The disc art is as generic as the regular disc art from the regular releases, and the inside artwork is the HAL 9000 memory brain, which is also quite nice. It just works in my mind. Now again, this is a very particular look. Now we've had one other release that was, I believe, HAL 9000 for the 2001: A Space Odyssey Steelbook. I think there have been 3 Steelbook releases for this film so far. But the point is that when you contrast it and say these are the other Titans of Cold ones, they will choose a particular scene or a particular thing that kind of collages the film. Something that is unique to a particular scene or a particular thingy, and they'll stick with that one design for one whole thing. The whole box design, HAL 9000's face, technically. The 2 little bonus things, the pin being the iconic scene of the ape, that's pretty cool. On the backdrop of kind of like the black of the monolith, that works. It's nice. Very easily recognizable to anyone who's seen the film. The embroidered patch, probably not as recognizable, but what else would you really go for? They have spacesuits. Why not have the embroidered patch? That's pretty cool. You could, cosplay that if you were to do that kind of deal. I personally would just leave it in its case, but that's just me. And the steelbook as well, because the front cover of the plastic is a HAL 9000 focus design, so is that. The inside of the steelbook is the HAL 9000's brain, and the outside is pretty much like the hallway with Hal watching Dave. And I like that. I'm pretty sure Dave might actually be on his way to kill HAL 9000. Whether that be the case, it's a nice scene to emphasize the look of, and it does justice to the set design of the film itself. Say we take the Batman one. I had pre-ordered the Batman steel case, so whenever that comes in, it comes in. I don't know if I plan to resell it or if I plan to keep it. We'll see when it happens. But when they initially showed off the designs, it was the steelbook, and it was the Batmobile. The front of it is the front of the Batmobile, and the back of it's the back of the Batmobile. No side views or anything, but the rest of the designs around it are the schematics. The schematics of the Batmobile. And I'm like, look, it sticks to a theme. It's the Batmobile, that's what it is. And it's nice. Instead of it being a long, wide landscape, they don't do that. And that's what they've done from a lot of their designs, where they've stuck to one particular thing. I don't think that they've done a landscape design for any of their other steelbooks. I should probably look it up to have other evidence. But for the most part, I like that they find an idea and they stick with one idea pretty much for each individual thing. Also, all of these are 4K UHD releases, which are really nice. So, yeah, they did a Goodfellas one, which was the guy's tie. I don't even know what the back of it was. I think it was a playing card or something. They had a Mad Max Fury Road one, which came with a pin, and something else in it. It just came with a pin case, and it just had the wheel, because it was Nux's kind of thing with the whole, car driving. That was the theme that they went for. And again, they're very basic ideas. Like, I'll show some images up here on screen for the Titans, for the Mad Max Fury Road one and even the Goodfellas one. And they stick to like one simple idea for each one. The Blade Runner one in particular was the first one I came to know about. And it's just the Void Kampf machine. Void Kampf. Anyway, I don't care much for the design of it. Like, if I was really into that machine that's only like featured like twice in the film, then maybe I'd get it, but I don't really care to. Not my cup of tea. But then you got something like V for Vendetta, where the outside of the package is the rose, and then you've got a V pin, and the inside is the main girl's face. I've forgotten what her name is. Ready Player One, they focus on the egg as the main thing, and Wonder Woman has that one's a landscape one. That one is her shield, with the outside cover being showing Wonder Woman, and it has a little shield pin, and that one comes with a poster. So that's a unique one that comes with an actual poster. Most of them come with props, like the Ready Player One came with a key, that also came with a poster. And it's had the same exact design and focus. It's all about the archway, the doorway, and the egg. So they do have these nice, unique designs for their steelbooks. And I like that about it. Okay, so the back of V for Vendetta is actually the V from V for Vendetta. You know, I like that they stick with these designs. I think, actually, the Pacific Rim one might have also... Yeah, I think that was a landscape one as well. The kind of schematic look of the Jaeger, which also comes with a pin and a poster. It's cool. Like, they obviously want to stick with one particular idea for just their steelbooks in general, which I like about it. Like, they feel like collector's pieces, whereas instead of it saying like numbered or whatever, it's just like, look, you can grab a few here or there and just kind of enjoy what it is. And to be fair, I like them. I don't think that they're exceptional. There are a lot of better steelbook designs out there. I think the first ever steelbook design for 2001: Space Odyssey, which I believe was just HAL 9000, to some degree, maybe it was the spaceship or I don't know, but either way, it looked a hell of a lot better than what I got. But I don't mind it. In its set, it looks quite nice. And getting those extra bonus things, also having the 4K UHD disc if you don't already have that, is pretty cool. And again, even the Batman one, it is just the Batmobile, but it does come with a Batwing pin and the Joker's card. Even though the Steelbook itself, still not a fantastic design in my mind, but the front is still the front of the Batmobile, the back is the back of the Batmobile, which I know a lot of people will be like, you open up, you see that landscape design doesn't really fit. But, you know, it's like a bookending thing. That's more or less what they're going for. I like the schematics of the Batmobile. It's nice and artistic. So, there's a lot of stuff to these designs that they have for their steelbooks, which I still think are quite nice. Again, I wouldn't get every single one of them. Looking at all the ones that they have released, 2001 was the only one I actually was like, yeah, it's so I can get myself a 2001 steelbook, and just in case my regular 4K doesn't work or stops working at some stage, I have a backup. And it does come with some nice bonus stuff for just $60 odd. This is Australian dollars. I think it's like 65 or something. It's not bad. You know, this is from Zavvi posted. So I'm still getting a good amount of stuff out of it. Even the Batman one, I'm not going to ever watch that Batman 4K because the remasters for the 4Ks of Batman are fucking terrible. You know, they changed the color look and they changed all the sound effects because they're assholes. But I like that they go with these particular themes. So if I'm like either desperate for a steelbook or I want something that's uniquely different from the rest of my collection per se, then that's what I go with. For example, I've got a few Blade Runner 2049 steelbooks, and I've got the regular retail one, which is just like Deckard on in the desert on one side, and K with his spaceship with his spinner on the front. And then there's the I've got a FAC, a Film Arena one coming in, which is the poster, but with, you know, debossing and embossing and stuff like that, and some gloss. But then there's also, like, I've pre-ordered the Mondo, the new Mondo. That's like the back and front is just like Kay standing in front of like a robot woman's head in the dirt. It's really interesting. And then there's like the other HMV one, which I've just got the regular set for, but which I prefer over the SteelBook. But the SteelBook itself also has a completely different design. So all of them are different, and it's nice to have that kind of style to it. I like finding steelbooks that have different, you know, styles and designs. Of course, there are, like, even Kubrick has there's a whole bunch of Kubrick ones. The original Blu-ray releases were all one simple design per thing, like the eye from Clockwork Orange, or what the fuck was The Shining? Was that? Because they all have like a back image, which is like a particular thing. That I know the front was the door that says Red Rum, but the back was Jack Torrance, like in the snow, being like really angry. So they had shit like that, where it's just like they stick with one idea on the front, and on the back they have a whole landscape, like a whole page long thing, and it's just nice. Like, I like that, but still, I think Times of Cult was nice. I don't think that their designs are particularly amazing. If I was, again, hardcore for the films and I really wanted to get a diverse range or whatever it be, then yeah, sure. Not a bad way to go. You get the extra little goodies as well, whether it be a pin, a poster, or a bloody embroidered patch, or a card. It is what it is. And it's a nice set. Again, my only real criticism is the plastic rubbing against the actual steelbook itself and scratching it. Not great. And given that the pack itself is so tight, you can't really put anything between them to protect. So that's my only real criticism outside of the potential design choices. But again, I like that they have their own unique thing. They're not going for just the standard, oh, well, it's Batman, so let's go with Batman. No, fuck that. We're going with the Batmobile and its schematics. And everyone's like, what do you talk about? But it's like, but the Batmobile's iconic. I have it right there as a figure. It's really cool. It's not actually mine, it's my dad's, but it's cool as hell. So yeah, actually that's actually a different Batmobile. Still, it's Batmobile nevertheless. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. What do you guys think of Titans of Cold, if you have any? Do you have some? Which ones do you have? Do you like the designs, or do you prefer other designs of different steelbooks or different sets in general? Would you consider these to be a premium as well? I personally wouldn't, because I think they're mostly all Warner Bros. Films, but still. And also the fact that they're Titans of Cult is kind of ironic, because none of their films are really cult films. Like, I mean, what? Wonder Woman? That's not a cult film. Goodfellas, bloody Mad Max Fury Road. Even 2001 is kind of, but not really. Batman 1989? Nah, none of this shit's bloody cult. It's just a label, just to get people more interested in it. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Check out other videos I've got where I talk about this kind of stuff.